Hola amigos. Today's lesson is about conjugating verbs. What are verbs? Verbs are actions, things that we do. And in Spanish, verbs fall under three categories. There are verbs that end with AR, verbs ending in ER, and verbs in IR. We're familiar with some of these when we talked about activities, like cantar, bailar, dibujar, practicar deportes, jugar videojuegos, estudiar, nadar. These are all verbs that we've talked about. Now, they have not been conjugated yet. So far, we have seen them in the infinitive form. Like our example up here with hablar, which means to speak. The infinitive form means it has not been conjugated yet, and they will always mean to something, whatever the action is. So hablar means to speak. The verb estudiar means to study. Dibujar, to draw. Cantar means to sing. Cantar. To something. That's the actions, right? So, what do we have to do now? We have to conjugate. I know it's a conjugation. What? Because in English, how do we conjugate our verbs? What we will do in English is change our pronouns, change the subjects. I eat, you eat, we eat, so on and so forth. That's very easy. But in Spanish, we have some more steps to take to be able to conjugate. Very good. So, what do we have to do? Very good question. We are going to practice by making a chart. Our verb chart. Right there. And we're going to practice with the verb hablar, which means to speak. Awesome. Now, this right here means to speak. And now we're wanting to conjugate it to be able to say, I speak, you speak, he speaks, we speak, they speak. Things like that. All right? So if we look at this chart and the pronouns chart that we remember, each of these boxes represents what we did in the pronouns. So up here we have yo, tú, él, ella, and usted. Nosotros, and we don't mess with that one. Ellos, ellas, and ustedes. That's what each one of these boxes represents. Okay? Awesome. Excellent. What we have to do to conjugate is first look at our infinitive form. If we zoom in on hablar. And to conjugate, the first step we are going to take is we are going to eliminate the AR. We take it away. This leaves us with a stem. Because this is not a word. That doesn't work. So we're left with the stem. What we are going to do is substitute into each of these boxes. All right, listo. So we've inserted the stem to our chart. Now we're going to refer to this poster right here. To finish our conjugation of the verb, we're going to use these endings. O, as, a, amos, an. We could hit it with the beat. Do, 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 do. O, as, a, amos, an. O, as, a, amos, an. And it makes me start moving around. These are the endings for AR verbs. So what are we going to do? We are going to insert them into our verb chart. So hit me with the beat. O, as, a, amos, an. We just conjugated our first verb. Woohoo! Now we can say I speak, you speak, he, she, it, you formal speaks, we speak, you all speak, they speak. Right there. I speak, yo hablo, tú hablas, él habla, ella habla, usted habla. Nosotros hablamos, ellos hablan, ellas hablan, ustedes hablan. Thanks to the conjugations, we don't have to use these pronouns. Hablo. And we know by the ending of the verb, that means I speak. Tú hablas or hablas, meaning you speak. And so this is what we're going to start getting into, conjugating verbs. We'll practice with more and more. And we'll get to a point where we don't have to make our charts. And we understand when I am talking of myself, the ending of my verbs is O. And we'll continue to practice on this, and I'll check you out next time.